Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Kingdoms. We are here today underneath Altum a little bit, kind of sort of. Our netherwort farm is like right over here, and it's raining at the moment. But what we're going to do in today's episode is we're going to build ourselves a sugarcane farm. We've kind of got that villager breeder project thingy that we're working on, and I'm going to need something to trade with those villagers, so I thought, you know what, let's do a sugarcane farm here. So that's kind of the plan for today's episode. I think I have all the resources I'm going to need in these two shulker boxes. I've got all the redstone bits here and all the blocks right here. So I think that's pretty much it. Essentially what we're going to have is 2 layers, and each of these layers is going to be essentially 32 sugarcane. So this is 8, this is 8, this is 8, this is 8, and so on and so forth. So let's just start kind of getting some blocks put down here. Also, I'm in range of my beacon from my beacon mine down. It's like down there-ish. So made it a lot easier to mine out this room between episodes than I thought it would. I didn't realize when I was just starting to dig it out that I was actually going to be in range of the beacon. So that was definitely a relief. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's get the sand in place first, just for the lower level. We're going to start with the lower level, and then we'll work our way up to the upper level after we get the lower level like completed. And as for like textures and what it's actually going to look like, I haven't decided on that yet. So I want to get the functional portions of this in place first, and then after that's done, then I'll worry about the aesthetic portions. So let's go like this. We're going to put some packed ice down right here. And we'll have a water stream that flows to a hopper that will go right here. And I have hoppers. So we'll just go like so. There we go. And then I'm thinking... Oops. Broke the hopper. The downside of Instant Mine. the downside of Instant Mine. So we'll put a chest right here and a hopper flowing into it like that. And then we'll do the same thing on this side as well. Let's just clear that space out. There we go. And we'll get our packed ice in like so. There we go. Beautiful. All right. And then lastly, chest here, hopper there. Okay. So that should work. Now I'm going to need some torches and stuff. So let's just put a couple torches like up here just for the minute. That should be fine. And then we don't actually know what we're going to be using for aesthetic blocks yet. So I'm just going to put a cobblestone here and here and then here and there. Okay, so that should be good. And finally, we'll do... let's actually make an infinite water source so that I can fill in all of these little areas like so. Beautiful. And then we need those back. And those should both stop at the hopper, and they do. So if I throw an item in here, it should end up in this chest, and looks like it does. Good. That's exactly what we want. Now, we'll take our sugarcane and plop that down. Actually, you know what? We should do the pistons before we do the sugarcane. Probably kind of stupid to do the pistons right now, or the sugarcane at the moment. And that actually means that we're going to need one more thing that I totally forgot to grab because I'm a noob. Luckily, it's in our storage room, which isn't too far away. Let's see. Should be like right up here. I'm going to need some glowstone, and I think I'm going to need 2 stacks of glowstone, I believe. There we go. So we're going to put glowstone behind the sugarcane and use that to break the sugarcane with the sticky pistons. And that way, they'll have a nice light source right behind them to make sure that they grow up nice and big and strong. Also, we need... Yeah, we really are going to kind of have to come up with a block palette for this room, aren't we? I'm kind of thinking we go with like a wood and stone. It's kind of the same block palette that we've used throughout the rest of the area. So let's grab a few stacks of spruce, and then we'll grab some mossy stone as well, and maybe some andesite too. And I think we can make this work using that. Let's see here. So, do I have food? I do have food. Okay. I thought for a second I was going to starve to death. Okay, so right here, I think I'm going to make a log that comes down like that. Yeah, to divide it. That should be good. And we'll do something along those lines. And then we're going to take... I need to put some of this stuff into here. Just to get it out of my inventory. There we go. And then let's actually grab this and turn this into spruce planks. And we'll put that back here on that row. There we go. And that also means we can probably fill in... Well, actually, you know what? That would probably look better as a log, wouldn't it? Now that I think about it. So we'll do like a spruce log like that. And that torch is going to have to go. There we go. That should be sufficient. And I'll just throw a torch right here for the moment. How's that look? That looks pretty good. And then we'll have glowstone right here. Because this is where... Oh, did I just... I totally just trapped myself in here, didn't I? Yep. I just realized another problem that we're going to have as well. And that is that I think this whole thing may have to come down. Well, probably easier to just raise the ceiling, honestly. Because if this is 2 levels, right? Right here? If this is going to be 2 levels, then we're going to have something here to hold the sand for the 2nd level. Yeah, I think I want to raise the ceiling by 1 level. Let me get that done and I'll be back with you in just a second. Alright guys, I am back. So, I've got that all raised up and it's looking like this should work now. We should be good. So I'm thinking like right here, I'm kind of leaning towards like another row of spruce. Let's just grab that. That'll work. So I'm thinking like right here, we'll put another row of spruce, just kind of going across like this. And then this, oh, what did I do? Oh, there we go. This row, instead of being andesite, will be... I'm thinking spruce slabs. Let's grab... There we go. I was going to say, I know I got a crafting bench in here somewhere. So let's just make some spruce slabs. And... I can't reach that, can I? I have a little bit of like a... little bit of a thing where I need to pick up every block that falls. Otherwise, it drives me crazy. So I'm thinking like right here, we'll put a row of spruce slabs like that. And then the sand for the upper level will go on top of that. So we'll grab our sand here. Oh. And put that in. There we go. And I think that looks okay. Like, I'm pretty good with it. I think that'll look good. And then we'll plant our sugarcane, and it should be good to go. One thing I just realized, though, is that I need to put my pistons in first before I put in the glowstone. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to get the pistons to face the right direction. So, pro tip, when you're doing things involving pistons, make sure you think about the order in which you place the blocks. Anyway, let me get the pistons in place, let me get the upper level done, and let me get the other side done, and then I'll come back to you. Alright guys, I am back, and I've got a lot done. So, at this point, all that we really need to do, I mean, there's some more decorative stuff to do as well, but at this point, I still need to wire up the redstone for the pistons, and I need to put in the sugarcane, I need to put a layer of glass here so you can see, and that is pretty much it. So let's grab some glass, and I hope that's enough glass. Actually, I don't think it's going to be, but you know what? I've been secretly smelting up tons of glass this whole time. I made a trip to the desert to get a whole bunch of sand so that I could cook it up into glass because my glass supplies in the world were running very low and my auto smelter is down. No, that's it. That was my auto smelter. I'm going crazy. Here we go. So, yeah, there we go. We've got a ton of glass. We are in good shape. So, let's just leave most of that in there for the moment, and let's swing over here. Now, the reason that I'm putting this farm in Altum instead of in Anona is because I want this farm to be chunk-loaded all at the time, and this is in the spawn chunks where we are right now. And I don't believe that Anona, our farming village, actually is. So here, we'll be fine. And we're going to do something like that, I think. And then I actually want some spruce stairs. And I'm thinking like right here, we'll put an upside down stair, and that way you can still access the chest. And then here, I'm actually going to end up putting a row of spruce stairs in front of this, like so. And there'll be one right here where this shulker box is too, but you guys get the idea. So, so there's our glass, and maybe here we break this up a little bit. I don't know if that's necessary. I don't think that's really necessary, though, to be honest. One thing I do want to do is grab some spruce logs. And I want to make, right here, a line of spruce logs going across like this. This will help kind of break up the room a little bit. And we're basically going to end up doing that spruce wood stair thing here as well. Just like so. And then we'll do another row of spruce logs like this. Carefully. There we go. And I think I'm going to be one stair short. Yup. Figures. You're always one stair short, it seems. That's alright. I may actually have to go and make more spruce. I just grabbed a ton of it, but then I ended up using spruce for like all of these walls, and that got expensive pretty quickly. There we go. Okay. And now the reason that we're doing that is so that we can put the glass right here, like so. And I think I am actually just going to leave that one where it was. But we'll get our glass in place, just like this. And you can see then kind of how this room will look. Missing the sugarcane, but I'm going to wire up the redstone before we do the sugarcaney bits. And there we go. So this is essentially what the room will look like. Plus, there will be sugarcane here. So it should work, and I think it'll look pretty good. I'm considering bringing one more spruce beam down the middle here, but I really don't think that's necessary. So for now, let's just get the glass in place. Let me get that done, and let me get the rest of this room designed aesthetically, and then when we do the redstone, I'll come back to you. All right, guys, I am back, and I think everything is good. I've got some of the sugarcane planted, and I've got the boring bits of the redstone wired up. I've just got some basically redstone lines that run over here, repeater, and then there's just another little redstone line that carries it up to the top, and it's the same on both sides. So nothing too interesting there. What we're going to do over here is essentially put this on a clock, so it is fully automated, and I don't have to come and babysit it and like press a button every so often. So let's start here should be fine. And we're just going to start by making an etho hopper clock. And I will also say this is the same timer design that I used when I built my sugarcane farm on Hermitcraft. So if you've seen that, you may already know how this is going to work. But that was also a while ago, so maybe you just could use a refresher or something. I don't know. Either way, we'll put a stone brick here and here. And then redstone dust. And then we need a sticky piston here. And a sticky piston there. And a redstone block here. And then once this gets activated for the first time, this will go back and forth, and we can control how often it emits a pulse by putting blocks in here. I'll put like 4 stacks of stuff, and then it should fire roughly every 5 minutes or so. Or something like that. I forget the exact amount, but it'll work. Now, either way, it'll be a fairly long pulse. Now, the thing is, I don't want this to stay, I need it to be a pulse, not like a lever. So, for example, if this thing were to fire right now, this guy would just sit over here, and all of these pistons would stay extended for the entire time. And that's not really going to work for this, because then they won't have a chance to grow, at least not very much. So I'm going to wire up a separate circuit, which is going to essentially deal with that. So let's take a couple repeaters, and we'll set those with some delay. And then we're going to bring a block around... actually, you know what? I don't need that. We'll bring... Oh, that's a redstone block. I want a brick. There we go. So we're going to bring a line of dust around like that. And against it, I'm going to put... Oh, why did that place there? That's not where I wanted that to go. Against it, there we go, we'll put a sticky piston, like so. And I'll just put a brick on top of it. And what that's essentially going to do is cut off the redstone signal. So if we put... Let's see. If this extends, it's going to go to here, which means it would cut off a redstone signal that was right here. And that is essentially what we want. We want this redstone signal to get cut off. So, if I put a repeater here, then... will this reach? That should reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, it'll reach over there. Good. Okay. So, in theory, if I activate this line of redstone, what should happen is we should hear all of the pistons fire, and then they should all retract again relatively quickly. So let's just put a torch right here. And let's just go take a peek at it. It totally worked. Fantastic. See, I am a redstone master after all. Never mind that I'm using a design that I've already used before in a different world. But you know what? That's kind of how a lot of people who do redstone-y things do it. Like, they'll find a design or something that they'll use, and then they'll use it regularly. So the very last thing that we need to do is grab 4 stacks of items and just toss those into these hoppers. And that's basically it. So what'll happen is all these items will flow into this hopper, which will then move the redstone block over here, and then they'll all start flowing back. And whenever all of those item stacks flow back and forth all the way, all the pistons will fire. And that should work for what I need it to work for. So let's just patch that up. Let's grab all of this. Actually, we still kind of need to do something with the floor in here, I think. I could just cop out and go spruce, since we've done spruce essentially everywhere else in this room. And I need to do something with the stairway, but that's not going to be something that I worry about right now. Let's worry about the floor. Let's get the floor knocked out. And actually, we should probably get rid of those water sources. There we go. So what I'm thinking, we're going to need some light in here as well. We're going to need some sort of light, anyway. Excuse me. So what I'm thinking is we'll go get some redstone lamps. And I'll use... I'll just make sure that they're always powered. So let's grab a couple of those. We should have some in our storage room. I'm like 99% sure. Not in there. Are they in my crafted items? Yeah, there we go. So we'll just get those and make sure that they're always turned on. And then the rest of it, maybe we will do spruce. Maybe a spruce and oak log mix. That's probably a better option. Let's just grab some of that and then some oak logs, because those two colors are very, very similar. There we go. Yeah, why don't we do that? So we'll make a bunch of spruce planks, and I'll just go and fill this whole thing in, like so. And I think I need to get rid of those then. There we go. Because otherwise it just looks kind of terrible. Come on. Reach. There we go. That'll work. That's good enough. There's still some stone underneath the chests, but it looks okay. So we'll do something like that. And then I'm going to come through and, like, punch out random holes. And then we also need to figure out where we're going to put... Can 8 be divided in such a way... Before we punch out all the random holes, let's see if we can figure out a way where we can make this even. So this is our center point for the room, essentially. And if we go here, here, so like every 2 would be the way to go, like that. And then we'll do one here and here. And those will be where our redstone lamps go. So we'll just knock one out. Torch, lamp. Torch, lamp. And so on. And so forth. There we go. Now I can come through and we can do the random other bits with the oak wood. So we'll take some logs maybe do something like this, just to kind of break up the texture a little bit. I think we definitely need some more over in here. Maybe another one like right here, going that way. Because right now it kind of looks zigzaggy, and I don't think I really care for that. Let's maybe do that. That's a bit better. Here, here. Yeah, I think that's good. That's good enough. We can always come back and we can tweak it and modify it and stuff later if we need to. But all in all, this is what I would consider to be a complete project. And look at that. It's even working already. We've got a full stack of sugarcane just in the time that it took me to build this thing. But guys, I am most certainly out of time for this episode. So my friends, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.